Hey, all right. Welcome back to Raff's Brain, a show about things that are interesting to me. I'm your host, Rob Rafferty. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Raff's Brainiacs across the land, my tens of loyal listeners. Listen, I'm very excited to have on today's show a relative as a guest. Yes,
Yeah.
I've interviewed many relatives in the past, but we have a new one, and this is kind of extended family. We're digging deep into the family tree, and we're going to the deep south of America as well to bring on the one and only Zachariah. Is that your full name?
That's the full name. Yes, sir. There we go. I love that intro.
Zachariah Lawson. He is now. Here's the thing, Zachariah. Thank you for being here. Listen, this is a show, Raff's Brain. It just is all sorts of things that are interesting to me. He doesn't know what he's getting into, folks. He just agreed because he's a genuine guy. But this is the stream of the show called Riffin with Raff. It's like my interview content. So right
That's a
now,
good name.
this is just the interview section. But I'm really happy to have you here. Thanks for joining the show, if you will.
I appreciate it. I always love talking to you. Riffing with Raff. That's really good.
That's the plan. All right. So we're off to a good start. Now you are down in Miami, Florida. Is that
Correct.
all right?
That's correct.
And how long have you been there, Zachariah?
So I've been here for 5 years now. I can't believe it myself sometimes, but yeah, just a little bit over 5 years I've been down here in Miami.
And there's a reason why I reached out to you, and I'm so grateful that you were open to having this conversation. Folks, the regular listeners of the show know that I struggle with my health and wellness. It's a battle, dude. It's a constant battle. Another stream of content that I have is called Hot Yoga Problems. I do a lot of hot
Okay.
yoga. I struggle
Nice.
with it. It's a silly kind of stream of consciousness live to tape thoughts that I record on my ride back home from my yoga practice.
Okay, nice.
So that's fun and it's good. And I think I'm actually pretty good flexibility at this point, but I know that I'm missing out on a more comprehensive approach to fitness. Now, here's the other thing. There's like a lot of streams coming in together. I saw Zachariah most recently at like a mini family reunion a few weeks ago in Toano, your your stomping grounds
Yeah.
of your youth. That's where you were born, isn't it?
Born and raised. Yeah, 100%.
Yes. That's outside Williamsburg, for those of you who don't know Virginia geography that well. Um, and so he's a cousin. Now, how do I describe you? Because you're a son of one of my cousins. What does that make you? Are you a grand nephew? Is that right? Or how?
Grandnephew, yeah, I guess. So yeah, grand uncle, yeah.
Grand? I'm
I
a
think
grand
I
uncle?
like you're like so I think I remember growing up always being like Uncle Rob.
Yes, I consider myself an uncle in a sense,
Yeah.
and I consider you a nephew in a sense. I mean, it's just what it is. But I was struggling with how to identify that level. It's just once you get so many layers into the family tree, it gets a little confusing. But here's the
Yeah.
thing: I want you to tell my audience a little bit about yourself, and most specifically, like what you're doing now, which brings us to this call. But take your time, walk through it, give a little background, who you are, what you're into, and then we'll
Okay.
go from there. All right.
Perfect. So I've been working out for like a really long time. And then when I moved down here to Miami, I kind of took like some detours, tried out some different career paths and stuff. I went to real estate because I kind of just thought like, I thought I only had a few options as far as career choices. Wasn't really enjoying it. I worked for a big team for a while and didn't love it. And so I was like, you know what? If I could do anything, if I could do what I was passionate about, what would it be? And I remember it just clicked. This was not last winter, but winter before. So as I'm working for my real estate team, I remember thinking like, if I could do anything with my life, regardless of time or money, what would I do? And it was training.
Listen, you're a personal trainer, and I really that came to my attention. It's been on the radar. You're a fit dude. You're a fit
Yeah.
dude. How long have you been? You've always been fit. You've never been unhealthy, right? I mean, like you've
No, no,
no.
no, not at all. So I don't know if you remember like me and Thomas when we were in high school. So I was pretty much cut from like every sports team and
I didn't know that.
yeah, I played alto saxophone in the band. And so I could show you a picture really quick because I love showing people these high school pictures of me.
Yeah,
But
dude.
I was actually very small. Always was a little bit behind. Even when I graduated high school, I was still 17. So, always a little bit smaller than the rest of the kids. Yeah, I remember I tried out for the basketball team 4 years in a row because G-Dad used to send me to Doug Day's basketball camp. And I tried out for the basketball team 4 years in a row and I got cut every year.
Dude, first of all, G Dad, for context, is Charlie Cole, rest in peace, a wonderful human being, my uncle,
Yeah.
and your G Dad. Okay, so this is all like, coming a full circle here. And Doug Day was a classmate of Roger Cole, your uncle, my
Exactly.
cousin. And Roger was an extraordinary athlete in high school, and he's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years older than me, I think. I would go
Yeah.
see him play at Black. I saw him and Doug Day play, and this dude, Doug Day, you went to his camp. Or you did you go to his camp? But you
I went
just,
to his camp. Yeah.
wow, Doug Day is like a legend in that area, and he was a great. I saw him play in high school, and he was just an outstanding guy. And I guess he's doing really well back there, so that's cool. But you were never, it just you didn't have that initially when you were younger.
Yeah.
So how did this happen? How does this transformation occur? Because you're unbelievable right now. Dude. I can't describe how fit in shape you are. It's like it's impressive.
Well,
So
down here I feel pretty average. Down here in Miami, I'm kind of just the standard. But kind of how I made that transition, actually, there was this kid named Josiah, and he's a friend of mine still to this day. But at the time, I remember he was on the wrestling team and he just kind of messed with me a lot. I don't want to go so far as to say like bullying, but it was kind of along those lines where
yeah,
then I remember I was kind of staying my distance from him. And he's like, "What's up with you, man? Like you've been, distant for a while now." And I was like, "Honestly, I just don't like the way that you like mess with me or beat me up or, stuff in high school, whatever." And he was like, I didn't realize you felt that way. And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna help you out. And he's like, I'm gonna take you to the gym with me. And I was like, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't know anything about working out. And this was around like 11th, end of 11th grade.
okay.
And he was like, no, let's get you in the gym. Let's get you working out. It'll, change your life. And I was kind of like, nah, whatever. Not really my thing. And then, so this is kind of how I looked at that time. This was where I was then. You remember?
Dude, let me get a screenshot of that. Hang tight. I'm gonna put that on. That's like money right there.
I've got one worse
Love
for
it.
you.
I
So this
love
was
it.
right before that.
You
There
look
was
like you're
this
from
one.
you're from Hanson. Oh my gosh, you are. I don't remember this about you, man. I don't know, man. If you, what a metamorphosis. This is you're like a Hollywood story. This is unbelievable. And this
That was
guy,
a big change.
dude,
And
and
dude, this
this
was
guy
this
was your
was my
bully.
mom.
Your
This was my
bully.
mom's haircut.
Your
Mom would
bully.
just give me,
Dude was like a bowl. She put a bowl on your head and just cut around
yeah. I mean, it wasn't so far as an actual bowl, but that was kind of how she went about snipping it.
it. Dude.
And so I definitely had a hard time in high school, especially like athletically. It's still a little bit of a sore spot for me because I'm like, well, I'm not really an athlete.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I work out a lot. I've done some different competitions and stuff now and did well with them, but it's still kind of like I don't think of myself as an athlete, and I wouldn't say that I was good at sports by any means, which although I think I'd be great at them now, I think that all I was really lacking was just some consistency and like working out. I could have been a great athlete, but at the time I just remember thinking like you either have it or you don't. And it's really not that simple. It's really like more like some kids have structure, some kids don't.
Yeah. Well, something must have caught fire when you started training because as far as I remember, you've been a pretty buff dude and like this is taken to the next level. Last time I saw you, I was like, oh my gosh, dude. And I'm watching your Instagram and your Facebook, and I'm like, you're competing now. You're like
Yeah.
you're greased up and everything. It's pretty.
Yeah. Oiled up and tanned. Not a real tan. That tan's not real. That's all
Oh,
sprayed on. But
okay.
that was kind of just part of me wanting to try something new as well. So wanting to challenge myself. So I noticed that when I was working for my real estate team, I kind of was looking down the road and I was like, yeah, I see exactly where I could be with this in like 30 or 40 years. I kind of see exactly like how the structure is going to go. But I felt like I really had left like a lot on the table as far as like I always wanted to be somebody who had said that I'd pushed my physical abilities or I'd tried enough things that like you never know what you love unless you try it.
Yeah.
I still want to do like a triathlon or an Ironman
Yeah.
or High Rocks is a new one that's out now. I'm not against trying any different type of fitness. I did running for a long time, so this kind of started actually with me doing a half marathon last October. There was this older guy at the gym, and I remember he had done the Amazing Race, which was like
Oh yeah.
seven races, 7 continents in 7 days.
Wow.
And this guy's like 70. And he's like, man, you're not going to regret it. Just sign up for a marathon, just commit to it, just do it. And I
Yeah.
did. I signed up for it. I went and just did it by myself. It was just a half marathon here in Miami Beach. And it kind of got that like spark where I was like, oh, I remember what it's like now to train towards something, to have a goal and to work towards it. And
Yeah.
usually setting that goal, that deadline is what's going to push you there. So if you kind of just are kind of like, I guess I'll start living a healthy lifestyle, it's not going to push you as far as like, I have a deadline. People are going to see this or know about this, or at least I will. I know I have to perform on this date. I need to work towards it.
Yeah, I get that. It's like this idea of accountability. What's the external variable that's holding you to the commitment. And that's what I've been lacking probably my entire life. Just so you know, from my back, I'll just give you the quick thumbnail.
Yeah.
I've never been a great, and I don't aspire to be a super buff, like amazing athlete. I just don't have that within me, or I'd prefer not to like maybe focus that hard because it takes a lot of work to get there. But
Yeah.
I was okay. I played sports in high school. You know, I had decent metabolism. I probably plumped up in college. Was not having the best habits and whatnot. In law school, I started running. I don't know why, because I really don't like cardio. But I did do some 5Ks, 10Ks. And then when I came to DC, I ran a marathon in
Wow.
2003, maybe 2002. I ran the Marine Corps Marathon. It was like a training program of 6 months, and it was like a walk run approach, which
Nice.
was
Okay, perfect.
it was a good time. But then when I got through, I was like not as impressed with myself as I thought I would be, and I kind of fell off. I've never been in that good a shape. That was a long time ago, 2003, something like that.
Yeah.
So that was my peak fitness. And since then, I've just kind of gone ebbs and flows. I do fad diets, I do binge things. I can send you a link or I'll drop it in the show notes too, just for people to know. Like, I do binge exercise things. Like I did the Insanity program, if you've ever
Oh
heard of it,
wow.
and I recorded my progress. And yes, if you work out aggressively for like 90 days, you'll lose weight, you'll tone up, you'll look better, but you got to have it, for long term. Anyway,
Yeah.
I haven't done anything like this in like 10 years. I'm getting older. I'm going to turn 50 in October, and I'm like, this is time to invest in my health. So
Yeah.
that's a couple things happening. I'm turning 50, I'm getting old and fat, and like I can't have that. I see older people in my life struggling with movement. And I'm like, I gotta really start paying attention now. Okay, so that's one thing. I see you down in Tawana. I'm like, hey, and I hear that you're starting to do personal training. Like that's a plants a
Yeah.
little seed in my brain. Like maybe I should follow up with him. And then I was just on vacation down in the Outer Banks and sitting on my butt, eating Doritos and flipping through Instagram. And I came across a really interesting program that it was just kind of sucked me in, a fitness regimen. And I had like a 45-minute phone call with someone, and it was going to cost a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
And I thought about it for 24 hours. I didn't sign up. And that's what prompted me to reach out to you. I was like, this program was offering a specific type of fitness. I won't name it because I think it's pretty credible, but it was like, yeah, certain type of equipment and regimen, diet and exercise, and then diet, support, and then like a coach.
Yeah.
And so I thought of all the three things there. The biggest thing I need is a coach or someone I can like report to or hold me
Accountability.
accountable. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, but maybe I'd rather do that with someone I know,
Yeah.
especially a guy like you who I think is impressive. And as I understand it, you're kind of getting started on this path of being your own. So this might be like a real cool opportunity for mutual benefit. Like, hey, your uncle's like a fat slob and he needs help. And then like, the nephew is like on his own journey of becoming a Atlas style. I don't know if you have like aspirations because you could become your own entity. Like, man, you could have.
Exactly. And
So,
that's the next step for me is like taking it online space because I only right now I only train people in person. So it is
yes,
different.
yes,
And a lot of that is like people need accountability, like you said. That's like number one.
yeah,
Like there has to be something like tying you to that like goal or like, and also I think what maybe like separates me from somebody who's so regimented is kind of like I don't like to uh certain like verbiage, like even like just now you said diet. Like, I don't really like think of it as diet. It's like nutrition,
yes,
right? It's like
nutrition.
what's your nutrition like? Because when you start saying things like diet, like what's your diet like, or like not so many people respond to like the drill sergeant type of like training styles,
Yes,
right? So like sometimes I find that like people have just never had a good experience in the gym.
yeah,
So like if you change like your experience in the gym and like how you're like feeling about like going and getting like your steps in or how you feel about like your nutrition versus like diet. Like if you feel like, oh great, I'm going to be starving for like the next month versus like, okay, what can I substitute? Like, okay, maybe instead of doing like bacon, I'll start doing turkey bacon.
right, right.
Like you make those like small changes in the right direction and those kind of add up where it's like, okay, I actually did have a good workout today. I probably should supplement that with like some good food rather
Yeah.
than waste it and like eat some junk food, where I know that that workout's then going to be a waste.
Yeah, I love this. You're describing a concept. So my day job is working in public policy and other stuff and economics, this idea of marginal transformation versus wholesale. Like people think, and sometimes I get I'm victim of this. Like, I'm gonna stop everything. I'm gonna like change. I'm gonna drop it all. I'm gonna change my life. Everything's gonna be different starting
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
Versus just make little incremental adjustments over a long duration. Actually, those will yield the results. Now, easier said than done, but still, I get it conceptually what you're talking about. Like, instead of this, have a substitute or do this, like a little less, every night,
Yes. Yeah,
whatever.
no, 100%. Like, and
Yeah.
still, even for me now, like I'll still like do something like I'll substitute Ben and Jerry's ice cream for like Halo Top.
Yes.
Right. So like I know that it has substantially less like fat in it. And like
Yes.
I know that it's substantially less like calories or less sugar. Like
Yes.
things that like, okay, yeah, I can still have like my serving of that. One thing I am like pretty adamant about is I still like to do like I scale like all my food and stuff.
Yes.
So like being able to like weigh it out, know exactly what you're getting.
All
And
right.
that
This
kind
is
of
gets
comes
in,
to like,
this gets intense. Zachariah, that isn't this is a level of nutrition where I don't know if I'm ready for that type of transformation yet, but I think I can. I think what I mostly need is someone that I can report to. So here's what we have to figure out if this is going to work out for you. I want to make sure it makes sense for you.
yeah.
Like here's what I don't want to. I don't necessarily want to go to a gym. I have some weights. I might, if you had like a regimen or suggestions for me or things like maybe that's what I would do for the fitness side. If I'm doing hot yoga 3, 4 times a week, I can continue doing
Okay.
that. That's, but that's not really strength. I mean, it is to a degree, but I need more like, part a little bit of cardio and
Yeah.
weights and I don't know. Anyway, something so like a little bit of a regimen that you could help me create that is sustainable and doable, that maybe even could be done at home with little equipment. If this is comfortable, if you're open to this sort of
Yes,
thing,
definitely.
you
I want to
like,
help you no matter what. So I
oh,
think that even if you had like, even if it was something, even like a slight membership at like a Planet Fitness or something, that'd be
ooh,
like sufficient where it's like, it would be difficult without any sort of like weight training just because you want to be able to build some sort of muscle, have like a good structure and having a
yeah,
place to go. So like
okay,
even for me, I have like 3 sets of dumbbells here with
yes,
like an ab roller and like an ab mat. I have like some equipment here at home.
okay,
I can't tell you the last time I used it, like here at home. Right? It's really hard to like
yeah,
if you're not in the environment where it's like you're already there, you're already ready because it's like my couch is so close to the ab mat that
for
it's
real,
like it's kind of hard to like push through and like, still like hit like a workout.
okay,
The workouts don't have to be super intense. It's more about the consistency of it. Then
yeah.
it kind of builds. Um,
Okay, this is all. This is good. You're kind of nudging me. I maybe need to get like one of those low cost gyms that just to have that. So let me think about looking the options around here. That's a good action item coming out of this.
and even if you think of it just like, hey, I'm just getting the gym membership for the sauna. Okay,
Well,
fine.
I should look for that. I actually, so just also, I'll share with you that I'm in this organization. It's a Core Power is the name of the entity. It probably has a Miami, operation. It's a nationwide chain that does a lot of hot yoga, but they also do like boot camp style stuff.
Okay, nice.
I've done a few of those, but I haven't consistently done them because they suck. They're really hard. They're really painful. I feel like I'm like the odd man out. I look
I
terrible,
usually don't like them either.
dude.
They're usually too much for me.
But let me share it with you because then you might go, hey, Rob, like you should try to do one of those a week or something like that. And then I can kind of work it into my schedule
Hmm.
and then like, think about, okay, how much I should be lifting. And then it's like tracking my diet. So it's like, okay, exercise and diet, or not diet. You said nutrition. I'm going to
Nutrition.
replace the word diet with nutrition.
There you
That's a
go.
good idea.
Yeah.
Exercise, nutrition, accountability. That's like the three-legged stool. Um, so if you could help me come up with like a plan of like, here's your kind of weekly regimen of what you should be doing. If you have a suggestion, I mean, do you do any nutrition guidance or suggestions, or is that
Yeah,
more, okay?
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can even tell you like, for example, like I think intermittent fasting is often good for somebody
Yes.
like right off the bat, where like if you can like hold off on breakfast for a
Oh,
little
I'm a big
while.
fan, dude. I've done those programs before and it's helped me lose weight, but then I give it up because I just get lazy. But yeah, I think it's a very doable thing. I like fasting. I need to hear
Just
your thoughts
intermittent.
on that. All right.
Just intermittent. So like just meaning like not until maybe like noon. Let's say that you just didn't have your first meal until like 11 or 12.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Breaking the fast then with like protein first. So like
Okay.
I typically always try to do my first meal of the day will be eggs.
Got you.
Eggs is going to stabilize like your blood sugar from spiking, which then like let's say you have carbs first thing in the morning. It's going to
Yeah.
spike your blood sugar really high and then you're going to crash back down. So then you're
Yeah.
going to be dependent on carbs and caffeine for the rest of the day versus if you have eggs first thing in the day or some sort of other protein, maybe it's turkey sausage or something else along those lines.
Right.
It's going to stabilize you for like the rest of the morning, the rest of the day, where it's not going to be such a spike and then a crash. So that's like number one in terms of like also satiating. Like eggs are super satiating. So sometimes like even when I was doing like my like bodybuilding competitions, if I was hungry even in the evening, I might add like an extra egg or two to like my diet because or sorry, nutrition. Because I felt like it was satiating enough that like it didn't leave me like starving. Whereas if I ate something like ground turkey, for example, ground turkey is never satiating. There's like no fat in it. And
Okay.
so like sometimes you do need like at least like a little bit of fats in your nutrition to
Yeah.
be able to like satiate you. Because like the worst feeling is like going to bed hungry and being like, I just have to tolerate this. It's
Yeah.
like, let's see if we can time it so that like you're not hungry at night, first off, but then also that you're not like ruining your day by like starting it off on like the wrong foot.
Got you. This is
Nutrition is number one, and then the workouts and like the um cardio and core and all this other stuff, the yoga is all going to be supplemental to the nutrition,
got you. Okay.
right? So starting out,
So I need to read, I need to jujitsu here because you're 100%. I know this is true. I know to my heart is true. Diet matters more than exercise in terms of your body's like appearance, right?
yes.
Uh, so I'm gonna have to really have a mindset shift of improving my diet, which right now is pretty, it's okay. It's mixed, but I can do this. I think this is why we're talking. I have
Yeah.
to think more about, do you count calories? Do you have like
Yeah.
a macros? I don't know how to do that stuff, like,
Yeah, so that'd be, I think, a great place to start for you this week. Is just to, if you can every day, but
right,
if not every day, then at least a couple days out of this week,
right.
try and track your calories throughout the day. I usually use my Fitness Pal, which means that you have to
Yep.
plug it in like manually, which
Yeah.
I'll literally look up, like I'll type in banana.
Right.
It'll tell me like exactly what's in the banana, right? And you know, on my Fitness Pal, it's too is really nice because you can put in your weight right now,
Yep.
your goal weight, and it'll kind of give you like an estimate of where you should be at for like
Okay.
your
Okay.
calories, right?
I have that app. Guess how often I use it? Not enough.
Yeah,
So I'm going to restart reusing them. Here's so many good things are coming out of this, Zachariah. I appreciate you, man.
of course, no problem.
I'm going to start reusing my MyFitness app. I
Yeah.
will start tracking. I do know, I think I'll get back in there and understand what I need to cut back to intake wise. And if I'm not going to be super aggressive on this, I'm not trying to like get
No, you don't
fit
need to be.
30 days. It's going to be more like a 4 to 5, 6 month, maybe even a year. I'm trying to get a real sustainable lifestyle
I
shift.
think you should just do it for a month. I think you should just take
Oh,
like a month.
all right.
Yeah, you make it like way easier on yourself. Like I noticed that when I was doing my competition, this was what really helped me was understanding like the nutrition side of it.
Yeah.
Was that I was working out really. I actually so when I left my real estate team, I was super like just really depressed.
Oh
And so
man.
I'd lost so much weight. I was down to like 143 was like my lowest weight. When
Ooh.
I'd started in real estate, I was at 180. So I lost like a ton of weight just from
Probably a lot of
drinking.
muscle though too. Like you weren't losing
Yeah,
just
a lot of muscle.
you've
Yeah.
never
So
been
like,
you never had a lot of excess weight, so it was muscle
yeah.
probably.
Well,
Yeah.
still like 180 for me was like still like quite a bit bigger. Like I was very like I felt full all the
Yeah.
time, right? And I've done like bulking phases and whatnot, and that's what I did. So when I started at the gym, like actually train people, I was like, you know what? I need to show other people that I like how this works
Yeah.
because I did understand the nutrition side of it. And basically, what I did was I went from figuring out what my maintenance calories is first. So you
Yes.
take like a week where you're seeing what your calories are at each day, and then you just see, did I lose or gain weight, or did I stay the same? So, like,
Right.
let's say that you ate 3,000 calories a day every day this week, and you stay the exact same weight. That's your maintenance calories.
Got it. Got it.
Right. So then if we can say, okay, your maintenance calories is 3,000 a day, which
Yeah.
maybe it's more or less than that. We'd have to figure that out.
Right.
That's kind of what mine are though. So
Okay.
let's say then that next week, then I'm going to say, all right, let me try and do 2,600 calories a day this week. Right. So it's not substantial. Like it's not a crazy difference, but it's
Right.
like you can also still fill that with any foods that you want. It's
Yeah.
going to meet that 2,600 calories. Right. Some foods are going to be more calorie dense than others. So like if
Right.
you have, a bunch of cheese or processed foods
Right.
or whatever they're calorie dense, right? Versus like when you look at like how much you could eat when it's just like chicken, rice, and vegetables, it's like overwhelming. Like it's
Yeah.
just actually a lot of food. It's like it's
Yeah.
just that it's so much more convenient to get like those processed foods or things that are calorie dense,
Yeah.
right? And
This
that's
is
what your
where you
body
cook.
craves.
Do you cook your meals in advance and package them up and that sort of thing?
Yeah, and so typically what I do is I even cook my eggs like the night before. So
What?
I'll just do some hard-boiled eggs or
Wow.
scrambled eggs.
Okay.
Right? That way I'm kind of like the next day I'm not like if I tried cooking them in the morning, I'd wake up and I'd be like, maybe
Right,
not.
right, right.
If I've already got it in my fridge and I'm like, okay, I've got some scrambled eggs right here. It's not terrible. It's not like the best meal ever, right? You
Yeah.
can put some seasoning on it. You can do whatever you want with that, right?
You make it easy.
Um,
Make it easy. Like
Make it easy on
make it
yourself.
easy on
Yeah.
yourself.
And then typically I'll like cook like either just for that day or the next day as well. There's also a ton of meal prep services. I've tried a few of them in the past, and that's going to help as well.
I might do, dude. I've done that. I have. There's one here called Mighty Meals, which is really good. I'll send you links. I'll show you. You can help me like think through. But dude, this is really exciting. I think we have a sort of informal idea of an agreement that this could work out.
Yeah.
Um, So I'm very excited to jump in this, and I'd like to come if you're open to it, we could. And I don't want to tax you, but I think it could be
Yeah.
fun to have a check in like every I don't
Every
know
week.
every week. Oh man, if you're up for it, and
Yeah,
it
definitely.
could really be just like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But if I record it, then it becomes a new stream of content in my
Perfect.
channel,
100%.
and
Let's
it's
do
like
it.
trying to hold myself accountable, have the audience members rooting for me or against me. I actually think it'd be fun to have betting markets. Is Rafferty going to achieve this or not?
That's good.
Like,
And you want something like we like that's why I said like also like take it like at a month like at a time because
yes.
like you don't want to like think like if even for me, I don't want to think like a year out from now. I want to
Yeah.
think like where can I be a month from now if I were to like lock in with this one phase of something and if I find that it's not working, then I need to change something. So like even when it comes to the nutrition side of things, it's like okay, maybe I'll find that like for example in the past I've noticed that like when I did the ground turkey or ground chicken, I
Yeah.
was pretty miserable. I was like, I'd rather have instead of having 6 or 7 ounces of like ground turkey or ground chicken, sorry,
Yeah. It's cool. Is the cat? Is that the puma or whatever? What are they called? They're called the
Maine
Maine Coon.
Coons,
Maine
Maine
Coons.
Coons.
What's the name of that cat? I can't remember.
So that's Caesar.
Caesar. That's like that monkey from Planet of the Apes, man.
These guys are getting their nutrition. You see that?
Dude, they look great.
It's a big guy. Um, But yeah, you want to find like foods that actually work for you. Like for me, also, I don't like really like salmon, right? But you might love salmon. And it's like, okay, then put that in your meals like 3 or 4
Right.
times a week,
Right. Right.
right? I've also noticed that like I like dates like as like a carb source before or after my workout.
Okay.
That's another thing is timing of these meals. So we were talking about like eggs first thing in the morning, right?
Okay.
Carbs are going to be like most effectively used an hour before or an hour after your workout.
Okay.
So let's say that you have carbs like late at night. Let's say it's like 10 p.m. and you start munching on some carbs. Your body, that's just energy. Carbs are just energy, right?
Okay.
So your body's not going to know what to do with those carbs. So it's just going
Yeah.
to store it as fat,
Wow.
right? Which then becomes work for the next day. Let's
Yeah.
say you have those carbs an hour before your workout, your body starts digesting them. And then during your workout, you're burning the carbs,
Yeah.
right? It makes more sense that way to kind of like structure like that. So like when I did my competitions, I would only have my carbs an hour before my workout, and that was the only carbs that I had throughout the day. When I
Wow.
was really like cutting seriously. Now the rest of my meals were still like I'd have a steak every night.
Right.
So like it didn't feel
Protein.
like
I got
torture,
up to protein. I think that's a big thing too.
right? And it's not like terrible if I had like let's say I also added in some sweet potatoes like with that steak or something. I'd do
Sure.
like steak and asparagus was kind of like my nightly thing.
Okay.
Um, but you got to find like what it is, like what the foods are that's going to be like best for you. That's why I think also the meal prep services like help as well.
This is amazing, dude. I'm so excited. Okay.
So it's not like chicken and rice 4 times a day. I think that sounds miserable.
I actually like chicken and rice 4 times a day. It does sound a little too much, but you can't get, I think I can find those, I can hone in on those things that I really like, and then I can work with some of the prep meals. And then realistically, because it's just my nature, I'm almost 50 and I'm married and we have a lot of stuff that we do. I'm not going to like terminate my social life. I'm just going to have to balance it out a little bit better, just like get a little bit more intentional. If I know I'm going out to a happy hour, be thoughtful about what I'm eating and drinking and that sort of stuff. I know I'm not going to be Adonis. I'm not going to be Mr. Olympus. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to cut weight.
Well, even like picking your
Be
drinks, like
sensible.
pick your drinks wisely. So like
What's the best drink? Please tell
I
me
would,
like a vodka martini's okay. Is that all right?
yeah, vodka martini's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
the if you did it like really dirty though, that's like the olive oil
No
can be
dirty.
edible oils.
Oh, it's
So
good or
yeah,
bad? Olive oil is good or bad?
no,
Bad.
it's bad. That's like
Okay.
really
I'm
calorie
just like a
dense.
clean, straight up, man. Just
It's yeah, so that's fine then. So yeah, a vodka or tequila. I was like a tequila soda with lime.
wow. Okay.
right? Because it's like super low in calories
Yep.
versus like a beer is different. Now your body's always going to metabolize alcohol first,
Yeah. Gotta watch.
and alcohol is the second most like calorically like dense. So I think in like fat, it's like 9 grams or 9 calories per gram of fat,
Yeah.
whereas like alcohol is like 8 grams or 8 calories per gram of alcohol,
Okay.
right? So it's like still like your body's also going to prioritize metabolizing alcohol first. Let's say that you have protein, carbs, fats in your body, and then you drink, your body's going to metabolize the alcohol first.
Amazing.
So timing of that as well. Don't have like the martini first thing in the morning.
Okay, I'll try not to drink in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
hopefully
So,
it won't get to that stage. Hey, listen, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to stay on the call and talk a little bit more
okay.
because I believe for me to succeed at this, and I think for you to make sense doing it, we have to negotiate and figure out what makes sense. I think I have to have skin in the game financially, and I think
Okay.
I'm going to get value from you, and
Yeah.
that will help me. So we'll figure that out offline, and then
Yeah.
presumably we'll come to an agreement of some kind.
Okay.
It'll be more than a nickel, you know.
Okay.
But so we'll figure that out. And then I think ultimately success. So for me, it's like you said, 1 month at a time. If I can but I'm like thinking, if I have to drop 25, 30 pounds, this is like general framework. I'm like 220, 225. I should be in my demographic, 6 foot medium build, like 185, 190. Even that's not ideal, but I just feel better about myself. I'd feel like I'm like less taxing on my joints if I'm doing exercises and things like that. That's probably 6 months. I don't know. It could take a while, but I think it's doable. Uh, I want to be a success story. Like I'm motivated not only for myself, but it's like, dude, you are a charismatic guy. You're very talented. You're knowledgeable. I don't
Okay.
even know you that well, but I know that this is true. Like I have a
Yeah.
sense, I can tell you're genuine. You're the real deal. So I want you to succeed in like, if I can be your before and after
Yeah.
average schmucko client, like, oh, look what
Yeah.
I can do. I can transform you, man.
Dude,
So I
I
love
know
that.
also like I've had multiple people who like I could show you even like their we have something called an in body. So the thing that's useful about an in body is that it checks like your muscle mass, your body fat composition, like it has like a lot of different functions. And what you can do is then see like, okay, am I losing weight? Is that weight like fat? Is it muscle? Is it like what's going on there, right? I like to take it just at like a week at a time or so, where it's
Yeah.
like, don't worry about, oh, I need to lose like 30 or 40 pounds. It's like,
Okay.
well, let's just see like in a week if we can lose a
Let's go.
pound.
Okay. 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 So it's gradual. Just so you know, also, I know I just want to make sure you know that I am pretty good health conscious. This is Starbucks, but
Yeah,
I only drink black coffee, man. I
totally
don't
fine. I mean, I do more than that. I do like an espresso with almond milk with some
I
cinnamon,
don't even mess it up, dude. I don't want to add calories
straight
unnecessarily.
black coffee. That's
Um,
another thing too is like the 0 calorie drinks. Like I'll have a
oh yeah.
Mountain Dew Zero
Yeah, yeah. I
sometimes.
don't even drink so. See, I'm very good on some margins. I don't add stuff to my coffee. I don't drink a lot of soda. I'm pretty good. It's probably mostly just snack foods, junk foods, fast foods, or eating out a lot because we're on the go. We got things.
Yeah,
We'll figure that stuff out. There's strategies I can deploy, I'm sure. This
yeah,
is going to be great. Nutrition, exercise. I'll follow up with you. We'll get a like little, maybe like a Google shared document. You can help me
yeah.
like think through
I'm gonna send you a whole
what's your
like
week
fact
look like?
sheet of like things you can do daily that structures it. So
Nice.
like as long as you're checking these boxes, you make progress.
And then we'll check
Like
in
that.
I don't know if Sundays are good or Saturdays are good, whatever. We'll figure out what
Perfect.
this looks like and we'll get it on a calendar and be like, boom, 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 record 10 minutes. Hey, Rob, how you doing on basically these three dimensions? How's your diet? I track my eating all week and I talk through like my highs and lows, my weaknesses, my mistakes, but also the good decisions. Sometimes you make a good decision, it's hard to do, and then you feel good about it the next day, but you don't get enough credit for it. You can be like,
Yeah.
yes, Rafferty, way to go, man.
But
Let's
one more thing I'll say is every Sunday I do like whatever I want. So I don't have any limitations on Sundays. I'll
okay.
go eat breakfast somewhere, I'll get a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant, and then lunch I'll eat a burger, and then dinner I'll have pizza. Like Sundays is my day where I just eat absolutely anything, and then Monday through Saturday I'm locked in with my
This is a
nutrition.
great, okay. I'm gonna learn so much from you. I'm really glad this is happening, man.
Yeah,
It'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll both, become stronger on the other side of it. And
definitely.
who knows? But anyway, it's fun at the moment to start. I know it'll be probably taxing at a certain point. That's all, dude. I'm pretty excited. Thank you so much. I'm gonna
Awesome.
wrap up this episode, then we'll talk here just for a few more minutes. But
Okay, perfect.
thanks everybody. We're gonna have to come up with a name for this content. It's gonna be like the quest for fitness or something. We're going to come up with something. Rafferty's Renaissance. I don't know. We'll come up with a little stream of content there. It's going
Some
to be
sort of
great.
journey.
A weekly little journey update. Thanks so much for joining us, folks. And Zachariah Lawson, this I'm going to be the best client you've ever had, man.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate RDR.
All right, stay tuned, folks. We'll be back in the future. Thanks.